service business, in particular, a creative service business, I mean, it's unheard of. I've never heard of a creative agency selling without an earnout. And so I want to dig into that. But to be clear, the offer was without an earnout. That's incredible. Roughly what multiple, are you able to share what multiple range that it was in, and how that piece played out?
Well, it was on the higher range of the range. I mean, it was on the higher end of the range that I mentioned before.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So it was sort of on the higher end of the range, but no earnout. That's incredible. Yeah. So I think I know why you didn't want an earnout. I think we touched on that. What was your case to them that they didn't need to include an earnout?
The case to them that we didn't need to include an earnout was that I had realized probably about 3 or 4 years previously, like prior to selling, that the more involved I got in the company, the more I blocked its progress. And that was because we had salespeople, we had account managers, we had everything sorted without me. And when I got involved too much in the sales process, potential clients would sort of not necessarily be able to let go of me. And it meant that when we were handing them over to their account manager, it meant that they were still like, where's Jodie? And that would have stifled, you can't you can't clone yourself. So I realized that I was a blocker to that process. So I'd removed myself from that process, and I'd hired and trained people who were far better than me at any of the sales process, and they were doing a better job. And so I didn't need to get back involved. So I was very clear that I didn't want to do that. And then with the account management side, I hadn't been involved in looking after and servicing clients myself for absolutely years and years. So I knew that I wouldn't go back and take a step back and start doing that role again. So there really wasn't a role for me within an earnout. I think they knew that I'm a very conscientious person. I was very clear that I wanted to do this right and not quickly. So although there wasn't an earnout, I was like, I will stay as long as you need me to. It does not matter if it's, if this is a week, if it's a week, if it's a month, if it's a year, it doesn't matter. But
how long did you end up staying?
2 weeks.
Well, that's incredible. So, but you were offering in good faith to stay as long as was required.
Yeah, absolutely. It's too important that it went right. It's too important that any transition was really good. But actually, because we got on well and because it was a very process-driven organization, they could understand it and they knew what they had to do.